welcome to today's 45-minute intermediate soft Vinyasa flow. Find a comfortable seated position at the top or center of your mat. Close your eyes and soften your gaze. Take a deep inhale through the nose and a slow exhale out the mouth. Again, inhale, feel the ribs expand, and exhale, let the shoulders melt away from the ears. Set an intention for this practice: strength with ease, effort with softness. One more full breath in and long breath out. Gently open your eyes and reach the arms overhead. Inhale and exhale, hands to heart center. Come onto all fours, wrists under shoulders and knees under hips. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart, cow pose. Exhale, round the spine, drawing chin to chest, cat pose. Flow through your cat-cow at your own pace for a few rounds. Neutral spine, extend the right arm forward and the left leg back, engaging the core. Breathe. Slowly release and switch sides. Inhaling the left arm out. Breathe. Look down at your mat to maintain a neutral spine. And exhale, release. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Can begin to pedal out the legs, switching from left and right, bending each knee in tune with your breath. From downward facing dog, we're going to step or hop to the front of our mat, coming into a forward fold. Breathing deeply into the backs of the legs, keeping the back as flat as possible, and slowly come up vertebrae by vertebrae, taking your time to arrive into Tadasana. Palms are facing out in front of us, and we're just taking in this beautiful mountain pose for a moment before we begin our sun salutation A, our Vinyasa flow. Take one deep inhale, expanding the ribcage, and exhale, swan dive through the hips, folding over the legs. Maybe we're grabbing onto the backs of the ankles or placing our fingertips on the floor. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, step back to plank and take a breath in. On your exhale, push off your toes, lower down from your arms, keeping a right angle into your chaturanga, coming down onto the mat, onto your belly. Placing the hands next to the chest, rolling on to the top of the foot, pushing off the mat, coming into upward facing dog, gazing up, And on your exhale, sending the hips up, curling over the toes, coming back into our downward facing dog. Breathing deeply here, preparing for our next round. Now let's step or hop to the front of our mat. Forward fold, and slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, taking as much time as possible, and standing in our Tadasana, palms out, facing the world, taking a moment, being a mountain in our mountain pose, still, tall, and mighty. Exhale, swan diving over those legs, breathing into the hamstrings, keeping the spine straight. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back to plank. Spread those fingertips wide. Take an inhale. Exhale, push off the toes, lower into chaturanga. And inhale, come into your option of cobra or upward facing dog. With upward facing dog, our thighs are just a little bit off the mat, gazing up. And exhale, curling over the toes, coming back into our beloved downward facing dog. Now from our downward facing dog, we're going to come into sun salutation B, starting with our right leg, inhaling the right leg up to the ceiling, pointing those toes. Deep inhale, and exhale, bringing the knee into the chest and stepping the foot in between the hands. Now we're going to come onto the bottom of our back leg, coming into about a 45-degree angle with the toe. And when we feel stable in our legs, we're going to bring our arms behind us and inhale, slowly come up into Warrior One. Squaring the hips to the front of our mat, releasing any tension in the glute, rolling the shoulders down and back, and reaching towards the sky in our strong Warrior One. Exhale, bring the hands to frame the foot, come back onto the ball of the back foot, and step to plank. Deep inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. Take 2 or 3 breaths here to slow down your heart rate. Come back into the present moment. Inhale the left leg up towards the sky, squaring the hips. And exhale, bring the knee into the chest and step it through in between your hands. Again, come onto the bottom of the back foot, toes at a 45-degree angle. You want to make sure your knee is on top of your ankle. And once you feel stable in your legs, bring your arms behind you and inhale, come up to Warrior One on the left side. Making sure we're squaring our hips towards the front of the mat and really engaging in all 4 corners of the back foot. Take 3 deep breaths in here, really lengthening with each inhale and releasing with every exhale. Take one next inhale and exhale, frame the foot once again, step back to plank. Take an inhale to prepare and exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, slide into upward facing dog, gazing up. And exhale, coming into downward facing dog, curling over those toes. And sending the hips high into the air, breathing into the backs of the legs. Alright, now we're going to do a similar flow. We're still going to be in our sun salutation B, but we're going to be adding a chair pose into the mix, so this will be fun. So we're back to our right leg. Inhale the right leg up, square the hips, exhale, bring the knee into the chest, step the foot in between the hands, come onto the back, the bottom of the back foot, make sure that ankle is underneath your knee. Send your arms behind you, airplane arms, and inhale, come up to warrior one. Take a deep breath in, and exhale, bring the back leg to meet the front, sinking low, coming into our chair pose. Want to make sure both of our big toes are touching. We're engaging the thighs. We're also engaging our core, so we don't want our pelvis sticking out in an arch. We want to really engage, keeping our tailbone tucked in. And we want our arms out by our ears. Our whole body should be working here. Try to sink a little lower without compromising that straight back. Take a deep inhale, and on the next exhale, bring the left leg back into warrior one. Making sure we keep having our tailbone tucked throughout the whole movement. And exhale, frame the front foot, step back into plank, inhale to prepare, and exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Take 2 to 3 breaths here to slow down your breathing and connect. Before going into our other side, I think it's important to connect back to our breath and to really get back in the moment once we go from side to side. So we don't want to rush everything. We want to be in our body. Inhale the left leg up to the sky once again, squaring those hips. And exhale, bring the knee into the chest and step it in between the hands. Coming onto the bottom of the back foot, airplaning the hands behind us. And inhale, warrior one, square those hips, tuck that tailbone, and lengthen. Take a deep inhale, and on your exhale, bring the right leg to meet the left and sink low into chair pose. Make sure we're engaging that core. And we're also engaging our thighs. Take 2 deep breaths here. Last one. Take an inhale and exhale, step the right leg back into warrior one. Arms are extended above our head, gazing towards the ceiling. Let's exhale, frame the front foot, step back into plank, take an inhale to prepare, and exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, send the hips high, downward facing dog. Okay, from our downward facing dog, let's inhale the right leg up towards the sky, and exhale, step it through the hands. We're still on the ball of our back foot. We're just gonna rise into crescent lunge. Similar to Warrior 1, except our foot is lifted, the heel is lifted in crescent lunge. Similar to a high lunge, basically it's a high lunge. So let's still engage our core. And we're going to pivot into Warrior 2. So come on to the side of your back foot. The side of your foot should be parallel to the back of the mat. Your front foot stays the same. And we just bring our arms out to a T. So our whole body should be facing the left side. And breathe deeply, making sure the knee is tracking over that big toe. And we want our arms to be engaged fully. I want them to be like, eh. And we're gazing over our front fingers. Now we're going to bring the back left hand and drag it down the left leg as we take the front hand or the right hand, face the palm towards us, and gently hang it over, coming into reverse warrior. Breathing deeply into this nice bend. On your next inhale, exhale the arms. We're going to come into an extended side angle, so you have two options here, or three if you have a block. The first option would be to place the forearm onto the right thigh and hang the left arm overhead, palm facing us. You can also place the right hand onto the floor if you're feeling like you have a little more space today. Again, palms should be facing us, floating the left arm overhead. Or if you have a block, you can put the block on the highest setting and place your hand on the block in a similar way. Coming into extended side angle. And let's take 2 or 3 breaths here. Inhale, coming back to Warrior 2. Exhale, frame the foot. Step back into a plank. Inhale to prepare. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. I hope you're feeling the heat now, because I am getting a little toasty, but that's what we want. Inhale the left leg up towards the sky. And exhale, step the foot in between the hands, staying on the ball of our right foot. Airplane the arms behind us, and slowly rise up, coming into crescent lunge on the left side. Making sure that knee is tracking over the big toe. Regaining control of our breath and our stability. Tucking that tailbone, engaging that core. And exhale, come onto the side of your back foot. Cartwheel the arms out to the sides. Coming into Warrior 2 on the left side. Breathing deeply. The whole body should be facing the right side. And again, if you want to glance down at your feet, just to make sure the knee is tracking the big toe. We're going to gaze over the left fingertips. Now we're going to take our right hand and guide it down the right leg as the left arm hangs overhead, palm facing us, into reverse warrior. Breathing into this beautiful stretch of the left side of the body. And exhale. Coming back into Warrior 2. Now again, we have extended side angle, so we can place the left forearm onto the left thigh and hang the right arm overhead, palm facing us. Or you can place our left fingertips or left hand onto the mat. This one's a bit of a deeper stretch in the left hip, so choose your poison. Just kidding. Or you can have your block, like I mentioned, on the high setting. Place it right next to your foot and place your hand onto the block. Take 2 breaths here. Take one deep inhale. And on your exhale, bring your arms back to warrior two. And let's cartwheel the hands down, framing the left foot, stepping back into plank. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step it through, coming into that crescent lunge. Pulling the right hip back and the left hip forward. Strong warrior one. Let's bring the arms out to a T, coming into warrior two. And here's where we get fun. We're going to come to half moon. So if you have a nice little monstera planet in front of you, so you might want to move back a little bit, but you squat like a good fourth or like 2/3 of your mat in front of you, so you can place your hand down so you can come into half moon. So we've shifted a little to the back of our mat, and we're going to come into half moon. Let's take a deep inhale, and on your exhale, we're going to simultaneously lift the left back leg. And as we do this, we're going to place our right hand onto the mat. I like to start on my fingertips. Make sure you have control here. Start extending the leg to come parallel to the mat. And begin bringing your left arm up to the sky. And as you can, begin to pivot your front of your body towards the left side. Coming into half moon. Gazing up towards the fingertips if that's available. And exhale, come back into warrior two. And frame the front foot. Exhale, step back into plank. Inhale, chaturanga on the exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take 3 deep breaths in. Slowing the breath. You're so strong, that was beautiful. Now let's inhale the left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, step it in between the hands. Airplane the arms behind you. Swing them up, coming into warrior one. Bring the left hip back and the right hip forward. Inhaling towards the ceiling. And exhale, coming onto the side of our back foot. Bring your arms out to a T into our warrior two. Now again, if you want to back up a little bit, just give yourself some space, whatever is more comfortable visually for you. Catch your breath, or is that just me? And we're going to push off the back foot, placing our hand in front of us. I'd say about a foot in front of us. Focus on one spot in the room and try to keep your arm as straight as possible. Gazing up at the hand is the hardest part. See? It's okay. Just come right back. And slowly begin to move your gaze a little bit higher. And exhale. Coming back into warrior two. Making sure that knee is tracking over the big toe once again. So interesting how your gaze really affects your balance. Because I can be so balanced, and as soon as I look up, it's over. Okay, back to warrior two. Exhale, framing the left foot. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Alright, from our downward facing dog, we're going to come into our plank. We're going to hold this for 3 breaths. Inhaling, engaging that core, and exhaling slowly. 2 more. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Make sure your wrists are underneath your shoulders. We're going to do a chaturanga hold. So we're going to lower into our chaturanga and hold it about halfway for 3 breaths. And lower down. That was brutal. Okay. Now we're going to flip onto our backs. We're going to come into boat pose, which is one of my favorites actually. So we're going to come onto our back, but we're really going to sit up. Well, it depends how you like to come into boat pose. Like, you can come in from lying down and shoot up to boat. But if you would like an easier get into the pose today, you can sit and just slowly bring your legs out straight and your arms out to each side. Well, let's just take 2 breaths here after that chaturanga hold. Coming back into our body. And from a seated position, we're going to place our hands on the mat and just bring our legs so our shins are parallel to the mat. And we're going to bring our arms out to the side to be in line with them. We're just going to see how this feels. Make sure our back is straight. And if we feel good here, we're going to extend our legs coming into full boat pose, really broadening through the chest. I'm going to take 5 breaths here. And lower the legs. Now let's slide to the back of our mat. We're going to come into crow. So this is a fun one. So we're going to, let's come into like a squat position, like a malasana. So we're in malasana. We're in basically a wide-legged squat. So our feet are out 45-degree angle with our toes. We're squatting low. We're using our elbows to open up our hips, and our hands are at heart center. So now what we're going to do is we're going to place our hands onto the mat. And I like to think of crow as like a little shelf. So once you make this, I'm not sure what degree angle it is, but basically you want your elbows to be like a 90-degree angle, like create a little shelf that your legs can sit on. And usually I like to have my hands a little bit in about where my shoulders are, right? So I place my hands down in front of me where my shoulders are. And then I create that little shelf, so make sure the elbows are really creating that bend. And then we're going to place both knees, or the side of our leg, onto the arms. And as we do this, we're going to really grip the mat with all 5 fingertips on each side. And we're going to lean forward, placing all of our weight onto those arms. As we do this, we're going to slowly lift the feet. Coming into crow. Let's hold this for 3 breaths. and come out quickly. Just kidding. You can also do like a higher crow, which I find this very uncomfortable. And release. So that was fun. I love crow though. Now, I'm gonna move my crow up here because we're going to come into another vinyasa. So make sure you're gripping that mat and hop back into our plank. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. From here, we're going to find a tabletop, sit back on our heels, and swing our legs out to the side to come back laying on our backs. And from here, we're going to lay the legs out long. Take a second to get acclimated with our mat again. Inhale the right knee into the chest. And we're going to bend the left leg. We're going to place the right ankle onto the left knee and bring the left leg up into the air. So we're in our figure 4 shape. Now this might already be enough stretch for you. If you'd like a deeper stretch of the right hip, you can interlace your hands through the figure 4 and interlock your fingers behind the left knee. Bringing the left knee into the chest creates more leverage and just a deeper stretch overall of the right hip. This is a great stretch for digestion, releasing the low back, and the right hip also. I've been loving doing this pose before my lifts at the gym. I just feel like it really opens up my hips so I can get a deeper squat. And release, take the right ankle off of the left knee, bring both legs out, and do a full body stretch and get tangled in your plant. Roll the shoulders down and back. Inhale. The left knee into the chest, bend the right knee, place the left ankle onto the right knee, and bring the right leg up to the sky. Interlace the hands behind the right knee, and breathe into the left hip. Noticing one side to the other, not judging, just being curious about your body and what might be tight or what side stretched more. A lot of times if something hurts in our body, it could be another part of that side of the body or another side that has not been stretched. So it's just good to take notice of what's tight and what isn't in the body as we do our poses. Take one deep breath in and exhale. Release the left ankle from the right knee. Bring the legs out long for a moment, full body stretch. And place the hands next to your side. Come out to the bottom of both feet. Slide the feet in to just almost touch your fingertips. Push off the mat with your hands and feet. Coming to a bridge pose, sliding your shoulders underneath your body. Using the power of your glutes and your feet to push the body up. Tucking that chin. If you'd like an even deeper stretch, you can interlace your fingers below your body. Take a few breaths here. This is another great one for digestion, low back, and the shoulders. It also opens the heart chakra and the chest, and you can slowly release that. Taking that in for a moment. Or bringing your legs out long, splaying them both out to each side, taking up as much space as you want. Leaving your palms up to receive, or your palms down to ground. And sinking into this Shavasana. Being as still as possible, this time is for you. Connecting with that intention we set earlier. Noticing when we slow down the mind, we can execute more confidently and with more accuracy. Sometimes being less in our head and being more in our heart and in our spirit helps us to make the right decisions and to know what's best for us. Give yourself a little hug. You're doing so great this year. I can't wait to see all the things that you achieve tomorrow, this week, the rest of the year, and the rest of your life. You are worthy, you are special. No one can take that from you. Begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes, waking up the body from this deep relaxation. Bring the knees into the chest and send them over to one side, coming into a fetal position, placing your hand under your cheek. Being happy for this time with yourself and your inner being. Use your hand to prop yourself up with your eyes closed, coming into the seated position once again. Thank you so much for flowing with me today. It was an absolute pleasure to guide you, and I'm so thankful that you watched my video. I would really appreciate if you would like, comment, subscribe, send me more videos that you want to see. Let's take one final inhale together. Inhaling the arms up to the sky, gathering all that beautiful energy from the room, from this world, placing the hands together, and exhale, bringing our prayer hands to our heart, bowing. Namaste. Hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much.